Okay. So, in case you missed last week or 2 weeks ago, I guess, the first session, my name's Lauren. I'm the Live Smart Wellness Program Manager here and also one of the dietitians on staff. And today we'll be going over some of the indirect things that really contribute to making weight loss work. So last session, we talked about the 4 major barriers. So diet, exercise, stress, and sleep play a huge part in making weight loss work. Today we're going to talk about more of the indirect things and also building a healthy lifestyle so that you can continue your progress from here on out. So really the key to making it work, making weight loss work, is to make it a lifestyle. And you hear about that all the time, but today we're going to talk about some of the key factors into actually making that happen. So we'll actually go into building a healthy lifestyle and what that means for you. So I'm going to give you some examples, and then you can be thinking about what that means for you. We're going to talk about balancing time and money with weight loss because that's all a huge factor. And then we're going to go into living your healthiest day. So I'm going to give you an example of a healthy day, and then I want you to think about 1 or 2 things you could start doing or continue to do that will really help you reap the benefits of weight loss. And then lastly, we'll talk about fostering healthy relationships, as that is a huge piece of weight loss as well. So first up is building a healthy lifestyle. So you hear lifestyle all the time, but when you're trying to figure out what that means to you, it can be a little more complicated. So I want us to start with just envisioning what does a healthy lifestyle mean to you. So although during Scale Back we're focusing on weight because it's measurable, what are you really trying to reap from weight loss? So is it more energy? Is it a better mood? Is it being able to play with your kids longer in the yard? I mean, all kinds of things that are a product of reaching that weight goal. So envision those things first. From there, break it down into the behaviors that you have to do every week or every day to get you to those things. And this might be that you have to eat 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day, or you might need to practice stress management every day. So just some of those behaviors, these are the things that we talk about, like when you meet with your health coach to do your health coaching, these might be some of your goals. They're frequent activities, they're measurable, and they help get you closer to just being overall healthy. But sometimes it's not enough to start with just the behavior. You have to go even deeper to say, okay, what do I need to do to set myself up for success so that I can do these behaviors every day or every week so that I can get to my healthy lifestyle? So really it's the actions that come before the behaviors. So if you have to eat 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day, well, that means you have to go to the grocery store, have them in the house, and maybe even have them prepped so that they're easy to grab. So do you see how it's not just about, okay, I need to exercise every day, I need to eat healthy. It's actually those action steps that you need to complete to set yourself up to be able to get there. So we'll go through an example, and then you be thinking about what your steps would be. So for me, my healthy lifestyle would be more energy, improved endurance, and weight maintenance. So just kind of staying where I am with my weight, but really just feeling better overall. So that sounds great, but how do I get there? So for me, it's exercising 4 times a week. It's drinking at least 64 ounces of water every day and sleeping at least 7 hours a night. So again, that sounds great, but how do I make sure that I'm doing those things every day? So every day I have to pack my workout clothes in my car because that way I will be prepared when exercise is convenient. So if I don't pack them, if I only were to pack my workout clothes on the days I know I'm going to be able to exercise, I might only get 1 or 2. But when in my car and then I'm coming home from work and I'm like, you know what, I could go do a workout, I'm prepared. So I basically did a step ahead just so that I'm more prepared when exercise is available. Same with water. I keep a water bottle with me, and I have to set a water reminder on my phone. That way I'm always staying mindful that I need to drink more water. And then I have to get in bed before 10 o'clock. If you've heard me, if you heard me in the last session, I firmly believe in bedtimes for adults. And so my bedtime is 10 o'clock. And if I don't get in bed before 10 o'clock, or if I get in bed after 10 o'clock, then I'm not going to get that 7 hours of sleep. So the bottom actions are really the things I have to do to be able to do the daily activities and then to reach my healthy lifestyle. So not to complicate it more, but really to simplify it. So what are those simple things that you have to do just to set yourself up for success? So when you're thinking through your healthy lifestyle, some essentials to a healthy lifestyle, the first one would be consistency. I hear a lot, I know what I need to do, I just have to do it. And that's right, you do have to do it, but you have to do it consistently. So whether for you that's exercise, water, managing stress, sleeping better, work on something and work on it consistently. You have to make overall health a priority. So like I said before, even though we're working on a weight loss goal during scale back, really the goal should be your overall health. So, even if that weight goal that you have in mind, it might be out of reach, but what are you actually getting out of that weight goal? Less of a disease risk, like reducing your risk of diabetes or heart disease, or having more energy or less joint pain because you don't have as much weight. Those really are the priorities for overall health. I love this next quote. This is from Michael Pollan. He's a nutrition writer in the field, but his whole theme is eat food, not too much, and mostly plants. So what that means is really eat real food. Try not to eat a lot of boxed, bagged, canned food products. Not too much, so keep portion control in mind, and mostly plants. So really keep it natural with your diet. And then the last essentials are some of the things we talked about in the last session, really keeping your body active, managing your stress, and sleeping enough for you. So those are some ideas that you can start with when identifying, what your healthy lifestyle looks like from here on out. The groundwork for all happiness is good health, and that's really what we're all trying to get to. I mean, none of us are trying to get to a weight just because that's the number that says on the scale. Really it's more about feeling better in our own skin, feeling more confident and comfortable, and just being overall healthy and happy. Okay, so we've talked about kind of what a healthy lifestyle looks like. Now we're going to talk about the balancing act between money and time, because money and time are two barriers that do stand in the way often of us reaching our weight goals. And really time and money are interrelated in all areas of health. So for example, if you're short on time, then you usually have to invest in extra help or more expensive options, more convenience options. So think about with dinner. If you're short on time, then you probably have to go grab something to eat, and that may be more expensive. If you're short on money, then that usually means you have to spend more time doing things yourself, or they might take longer because you can't buy the convenience aspect of it. So again, with dinner, if you're short on money, then you may have to eat at home, make a sandwich, because eating out's not as economical. So we're all constantly balancing time and money depending on our situation. And really, within an individual, the situation changes a lot as well. So we're going to talk about some ways that we can save time and money when it comes to our weight loss and really our health. So some money saving tips. First off, analyze your spending. So it's always a good idea to look back at the month previous just to see where your money went, and you might realize that you're spending a lot of money at the gas station every time you stop for gas, or you're not making a shopping list when you go shopping, so you're buying a lot of extra stuff. So analyze your spending and figure out if there's anywhere that you can cut back so that you can invest in your control your environment. So I know for me, I cannot go in a Target unless I really need something, because I will walk out $50 later. So don't hang out at the mall or anywhere where you're tempted to spend extra money for no reason. And another big one is unsubscribe from any email, list that might tempt you to spend money at a store that you don't really need it from. So any of those extra emails, unsubscribe from those so you just don't even see them. So make a list and stick to it. So going back to when you are shopping at the grocery store or Walmart or Target, make sure you have a list and try to stick to it as much as possible, and really think twice about anything extra that tries to make it in your buggy. Set up a reward system. So just like your diet, if you're too strict with your budget, you'll probably end up blowing it. So what you want to do is set a goal, like an exercise goal or a weight loss goal, and then once you hit that goal, you can reward yourself with maybe a new pair of tennis shoes or a massage or a healthy cooking class, so that you're still spending money more in a healthy way, but you don't feel as constricted. Try to avoid extremes. So going back to before, try not to cut back too much and give yourself a little wiggle room. And then really lastly, invest in your health. And this is where it can get, it can feel like being healthy is expensive, but I promise you, anything that you're investing in that's helping you reach your kind of optimal health, that's an investment in your future. So you won't have to be on all the medications, or you might not have to go to the doctor as much if you invest in your health early. So use money that you save in other places to buy fruits and vegetables, or go to the gym if that would work for you, or even just do those yearly wellness visits like your eye doctor and your dentist and your doctor. So this will pay off in the long run for you. So we've got some money saving tips. Let's talk about some time saving tips, because sometimes we can all feel a little short on time. So the first one is really to plan and prioritize, and we talked about this last time, but really be intentional with your time and intentional with the things that you spend time on. Split up exercise. So if you don't feel like you have 30 minutes to carve out for exercise, start with 5 minutes 6 times a day, and just get moving, and you'll find that as you start to make it a priority, 5 minutes will turn into 10 minutes, and then before you know it, you'll be able to do the full 30 minutes. But it's just as much benefit to get 5 minutes of walking 6 times a day as 30 minutes of walking at one time. So this one's a big one, power down electronics. So we all spend probably way too much time with our electronics. The average American checks their phone about 150 times a day, which is extreme. And that doesn't even count all the time spent watching TV or on the computer. So if you can unplug and put down your cell phone or your tablet or turn off that TV show, that right there will give you some extra time, and you'll be able to do some of the healthy things you want to. So plan ahead, kind of like with the money, investing in your health. If you'll invest a little bit of time up front on things like maybe batch cooking or your grocery shopping, invest some time to plan, then in the long run, it will pay off for you. You won't have to think about what you're having for dinner because you already planned it out, or you won't have to think about what you're going to buy at the grocery store because you've already made a list. And kind of going along with that, batch cook. So whether it's vegetables or soups or sauces, or even using your crock pot, try to cook a little bit extra. That way you'll have something for lunch or the next night for dinner. And then don't wait to start healthy behaviors. So we've all done this. We've all said, I'll start that diet on Monday, or I'll start exercising next month, or whatever it may be. But that's wasted time right there. Go ahead and start your healthy behavior today, and whether it's a little bit or a lot, do what you can so that you're not wasting the time on waiting to start for the perfect time, because really the perfect time rarely comes along. So go ahead and start today. Okay, so we've talked about what a healthy lifestyle looks like. We've gone through some money tips and some time tips. So let's actually go through what a healthy day would look like. So as we're doing this, think about your day, what your normal day looks like, and think about 1 or 2 things that you could start doing that would really get you started on the right foot. Okay, so we all wake up, right, first thing in the morning. Really, something you can do here is skip the snooze button. Try to start your day off right. And if you have a chance, do a little bit of exercise. So the best time of day for most adults to exercise is in the morning, because sometimes if we exercise too late in the day, it affects our sleep pattern. So start with some stretching, maybe get an exercise session in, or even just some walking, just to warm up your muscles and give your body a chance to wake up as well. Next, boost your breakfast. So power up your breakfast with protein, which helps to keep you full, and then some healthy carbohydrates like fruit or some whole grains to really give you energy for the day. So this would look like Greek yogurt with berries, maybe some whole wheat toast with avocado and egg, or those healthy egg muffins that we talked about in the last session. Grabbing a few of those would be good, maybe pairing it with fruit. So all of those are some good options that will really make our breakfast work for us and keep us full and energized until lunch. Okay, so this is a big one. So take advantage of your commute time. So even though we're all over the country, most of us have a commute to work, and we're either riding in the car, driving, riding the train, and this time can be a little bit stressful. Sometimes we're running late or there's lots of traffic, but we can use our commute time to listen to something motivational, inspirational, or enlightening to really help us start our day, you know, refreshed. And you don't want to walk into work already stressed. So if you can use that time to really de-stress, then that might be a good way to start your day. And some of us have started caffeinating even before our commute, if you're like me at all, but caffeinate wisely in the morning. So 1 to 2 cups of coffee is really harmless as long as it doesn't have a lot of sugar added to it. And just be mindful of your caffeine intake, especially try to cut it off after noon so that you're not affecting your sleep. Okay, so we all look forward to lunchtime, and this is really a great time to fuel your body with some healthy food, wake up your muscles with some movement. Most of us have been sitting down for a while, and we just need to move around, get some blood flowing. And then relax your mind with some music or meditation. So even, you know, and for some people, this may be just getting up from your desk and walking away for 5 or 10 minutes at lunch, just so that you can really relax your mind and your brain, and you'll come back being more productive this way. So it really is, again, going back to that time investment. It may seem hard to invest 5 or 10 minutes at lunch for yourself, but you'll come back and you'll be able to perform better. Okay, and then 3 o'clock rolls around usually, and we feel a little drop in energy. And most of the time, this is because we're a little dehydrated. So always grab some water in the afternoon if you're feeling a little sluggish. And then snack smarter with nuts and fruit and beef jerky and some of those healthy snacks that will really give you the energy you need to finish out your day. Okay, and then we leave work and it's time for dinner. And so you want to keep dinner light and healthy, lots of colorful vegetables, some lean protein like fish or chicken, and then a little bit of whole grains. And a lot of people say that they crave something sweet at night. That's very common. And if that's you, then maybe reaching out for some fruit instead of, you know, cookies or ice cream or something to satisfy that sweet tooth. And then as we're winding down the night, it's really important to clear your mind from the stress of the day. This will really help you get that good restful sleep that you need. So maybe it's reading a book, listening to music, taking a bubble bath, doing something to try to wind your body down and clear your mind. And then that way you'll be able to wind down for better sleep. So really get into a bedtime routine, set a bedtime for yourself. Shut off electronics 30 minutes before bed. That way your body's natural sleep rhythm can kick in. And then a big one is address any sleep issues you're having with your doctor before they start to interfere with your health. So you don't know how many people I talk to, and we're talking about, maybe they haven't met their goals yet and they're kind of struggling a little bit, and it kind of, through the conversation, it boils down to that they're not sleeping well at night. So your body really just can't prioritize anything if it's not resting and recharging at night. So if you are a restless sleeper, or maybe you snore and you think there might be an underlying condition going on, keep your doctor in the loop about that so that you can address anything before it gets out of hand. Okay, so that was our healthy day, and after we go to sleep at night, then we start right back over. And the better that we sleep at night, the more likely we're able to complete those healthy activities throughout the day. So it's really important to get that sleep. But it's also really important to foster healthy relationships in your life. So the people that we surround ourselves with are a huge influence in our overall health. So studies actually show that the healthier your friends and family are, the more likely you're to be healthy. And if your friends and family are overweight, then you're actually more likely to be overweight. And I know some people in our life we can't change, we can't remove them. Our coworkers, our family members, they're there to stay. But I think it's important to identify other people that can be healthy, influences in our life. So you want to foster meaningful relationships that keep you healthy, and find people that can be support and accountability for you while you're trying to reach your goals. So just keep that in mind too. That might be a place that you want to work on, improving, are your relationships. Okay, so just to sum up what we talked about in this second webinar session, we want to work on building a long-term lifestyle that keeps us healthy, not just through scale back or even through give back, but through the rest of our lives. We need to balance our time and money for success. We won't truly be successful unless we balance both of these. And small habits throughout the day really can keep you healthy. So don't get overwhelmed and try to overhaul your whole lifestyle, but just start with a few simple things. And then foster healthy relationships to keep us healthy. So, okay, so now we are ready for questions, anything that might have come up during the session or anything that you've thought of. I've now unmuted everybody. So if you want to ask your question on the line, feel free to now. And if you want to, you can also email me. My email is right here, lbendahl@o'neillind.com. I got a few questions via email last time, and that was perfect. So this is your time, so just let me know what you need.